We are going to take a look at sampling distributions, and this is the first part of Chapter 7. As you guys know from previous examples, a parameter is a number that describes some characteristic of the population. And where a statistic is a number that describes some characteristics of a sample. Typically, statistics will be like x bar, s of x, and p hat. And then parameters will be, it's going to be your mu, your sigma, and just p. So let's take a look at a couple examples. Identify population, parameter, sample, and statistic in each of the following. A poll asked a random sample of 635 U.S. adults whether or not that they believe in vampires. Of the respondents, 90 said yes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the population first. And the population would be all U.S. adults. The next thing we want to know is the parameter. And the parameter is the proportion of adults who believe. Our sample would be 635 U.S. adults. And last but not least, we want to know the statistic. Well, we said 90 of them said yes out of 635. And that will be 0.14. So p hat is equal to 0.14. Next one is Tom is cooking a large turkey breast for a holiday meal. He wants to be sure that the turkey is safe to eat, which requires a minimum internal temp of 165 Fahrenheit. Tom uses a thermometer to measure the temp of the turkey at 4 randomly chosen points. The minimum reading in the sample is 170. So the population here, well, we're talking about turkeys, is all turkey meat. The parameter is the minimum temp of the turkey. The sample, since we're not pulling all the turkey, it is the 4 random places we take temp. And then the last thing they want is the statistic. And what was the minimum reading of our sample? Our statistic was 170 degrees. On Tuesday, the bottle of Arizona iced tea's plant were supposed to contain on average 20 ounces. That tells us right there that that is our parameter. Quality control inspected sampled 50 bottles at random of the day's production. These bottles an average of 19.6. So the statistic mean was 19.6 ounces. Our sample there was 50 bottles. On a New York to Denver flight, 8% of 125 passengers were selected for random security screening boarding. According to the TSA, 10% of passengers at the airport are chosen. So they're saying usually 10% get chosen. So that's our parameter. And the statistic for this flight will then go ahead and be p hat, and we only had 8% of passengers get selected.